been, there's a lot of information that was just given, but I want to kind of just take it back at some high points, because some of this stuff was BDC, business development stuff here, and some of it is very applicable towards internet sales. Specifically, I want to quote from you, I was listening for the numbers. This is a real number from NADA. We discussed closing ratios, okay? 6% OEM closing ratio, 8% third-party provider closing ratio, 16-18% dealership website closing ratio. Membership buying programs, 27 to 35%. The number one lead source provider closing ratio-wise in 2010, again, is Costco at 35%. Problem with Costco is that they close higher lead, closing ratio, but there's not a lot of volume of those leads. But they close higher because they're a membership buying program. People perceive that if they are part of this type of program, they're going to get some type of benefits, whether it's perception or reality. To them, perception is reality. However, there's a couple other numbers I want to give you. Beatbacks and referrals. Come on, people. How much is the closing ratio? Time out. I got you damn brownies. I got you cookies. Can I have some energy, please? Sir, thank you. All right, I did what you wanted. Can I get some life up in you people, please? All right, 50% is the beatback and referral closing ratio, correct? Does anybody know what a prior customer's closing ratio is? 65%. I don't know a lot of things, but I know what closing ratios are, right? Come on, people, 65%. So again, that's why I brought this part of the workshop here, 65% closing ratio. So while we're throwing opportunity dollar after dollar, the highest closing ratio of people that we're in conquest, we just gotta keep them happy. Now, you know what's funny? You know how I got hooked up with Cars Direct and Dealix and Dealer Skins? Is I try to help them reduce their attrition through education and training, correct? Okay, does anybody know what the actual value? I worked at a Lincoln Mercury Mazda dealership, and it was ingrained by Ford what a lost opportunity costs a dealership. What I'm going to ask is my dealer principals, do you know if you lose a customer that you've achieved, what is the lost value of the lifetime theoretically of that customer? Do you know the number?
It's like $800,000, something ridiculous. 600, 800.
Anybody know for sure?
160, 180.
Okay, now I'll tell you right now, I don't know the number today. I know the number about 3 years ago was close to 6 figures. Okay? Can I ask Mr. Ken Potter, do you have any idea what the cost of a lost dealership client is? So if you've got a dealership off, the lifetime revenue, do you have that number?
I could do some quick math for you, but it's a lot. It's probably, it's way over $100,000.
Way over $100,000. So my point being, if we turn around and we get somebody and we conquest them and we earn their business and what have you, and we know if we screw it up or we don't create that value and that loyalty, it's going to cost us at least close to 6 figures, if not more 6 figures. But what do? We drop millions of dollars for a 6% opportunity to a 20% opportunity. That's why I want you to be cognizant of this workshop in this section. It's very powerful. The other thing I want to share is the value package proposition of things. The whole idea, I personally don't like giving things away for free because I agree with what you said. It devalues it. I like earning stuff. I like turning around and telling people, if you do this, you'll get this. Anything you do, if you refer people to me, points turn into dollars. If you do service parts, sales, if you buy something, points turn into dollars. Reward them. Anybody remember the GM cards? I used to hate, I swear to you, I worked at a Nissan store, and at that time, I was all about the Nissan Altimas, and I swore that a Nissan Altima would crush a Malibu. But I had people walk in and say, you know what, yeah, damn it, your Nissan's great, but I got $1,000 on this GM card. And they walk right out of my store, and I'd be like, MFing, GM. But they had a great idea. Does that make sense? Now, I think I heard this earlier, like yesterday, or maybe it was my other dealership last week or something, that said people buy on payments and programs, right? I think it was you guys that said it at one point too, as far as people have budgets and sometimes they will sacrifice what they want for what they can afford. Does that make sense? So if you've got a system that can create that extra unique value, you're ahead of the competition. So now I want to thank, you know, all along from the Remember Group coming in and kind of sharing this with us, but I also wanted to kind of take it back and give you some real stats and numbers that validate everything he's saying. And I gotta be, I'm also not only the president, I'm a victim of stupidity. I cannot stand US Airways. I cannot, there's always drama, but I will not go anywhere else. And some of my clients, you know what I say, US Airways, booking on US Airways. Why? Because as a chairman, I get to the front of the bus, I have first class upgrades, I don't have to pay for stupid luggage, nothing. But every time there's a drama that happens at the airport, thanks to US Airways, but guess what? I still stick with it because I got too much invested in going anywhere else. Because I go to United or something like that, I'm nobody. I don't care about me. But I'm a chairman. Not here, you're not. Get in the back of the bus. So again, you want to create that emotion in somebody, like I said the other day, when they feel dirty, they feel hard. Like, I can't even think about going anywhere else. I don't get points, I don't get this, I don't get that. You've got to create that intrinsic and tangible value to your prospects and to your customers. And I want to say one last thing. I loved what Capital, this tiny little store, is doing. They do a customer appreciation party once a year. I don't know about you people, I go to NADA for the VIP parties. Everybody knows, like, I like to rock out. ADP drops $2 million, I'm there spending their money. I love it. I love going to the customer appreciation parties. Right or wrong? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, Dealer.com wouldn't let me in, heathens. I mean, like, I couldn't go see 3 Eye Blind. It's okay. But a lot of people go to NADA for those customer appreciation parties. Thank you. And I actually worked at a dealership, Ray Katina, Jaguar, and Aston Martin and Porsche. I did a quick stint, maybe 6 months there, and that's where I learned about dealers doing that. They used to have ice sculptures for product launches and all that type of stuff. I don't know who else does a customer appreciation party, but I got to tell you that I think it's a great idea to make your people feel appreciated, valued, and, you know, definitely needed. So again, I want to thank Mr. Paul Long, everybody. Great presentation.
Thank you.